Welcome student in our today's online section of subject advanced manufacturing processes. This is the last topic of our unit number 2 and name of this topic is explosive joining. Sometimes this explosive joining is also named as explosive welding processes. This is quite frequently asked in the SPPU exam also. Okay, so what is this explosive welding or explosive joining process? The explosive joining or explosive welding, it is a technique of using explosive charge to form a metallurgical bond between two pieces of metal when where a coalescence or a fusion is effected by high velocity impact between the two meeting surface. Means here we are going to use when two components collides with each other with high velocity, using the explosive material we are going to achieve the joining or welding. Here surface items of two joining metal must come into the intimate contact to achieve this metallic bond. Okay, the essential components are the two, first one is the base and another one is the cladding component. Cladding means the one material, cladding metal means the metal or metal plate which we are going to join with the parent material or base material. Here you can see, I will show you this in diagram also. Here you can see this is the base plate, this is the base plate, this is the flyer plate, and between these two we have our cladder material or cladder plate which we want to make a joint here. Okay, the base components are joined to cladder, then remain stationary and supported by anvil. Then cladding metal, it is a thin plate in direct contact with the explosive, can be shielded by a flyer plate. Flyer plate is the shielding provided to the cladding material. Here what is this flyer plate? It's sacrificial plate plus between the explosive material and the cladder plate. So we can say that it is the component which saves the cladder plate or cladder material by directly coming in contact with the explosive, because explosive may damage the cladder plate. So used to protect a cladder material. Then what is this interplayer? It is a thin metal layer enhances joining of cladder to the base plate. Then anvil, it is a, you already see the anvil in workshop also. It is the very rigid carbide metal component, surface of which the backer rests during the explosion. The standoff, it is the distance between the cladder and the base plate before the explosion. Here you can see this is the base plate and bottom, and this is the flyer plate, and flyer plate at the bottom we have the cladder plate or cladder material. This is the standoff distance between these two. When the explosive is explodes, at that time with the high velocity this flyer plate got collapse on this base material, and because of this collision we get the joining there. Okay, so cladder material can be placed parallel or inclined to the base plate. Explosive material is distributed over top of cladder material. Actually this is the parallelly placed, or sometimes you may keep here the incline place also. Explosive material is distributed over the top of the cladder metal. Upon detonation, cladder plate collides with the base plate to form the weld. Stand up the placement of cladder material parallel. Here you can see this is a parallelly placed the cladder material. This is the base component, then this is having the prime component, or you may call it as a flyer, and below this we have the cladder plate. This is the explosive, this is a detonator. This detonator is used to explode the explosive material. This is the standoff distance. So what will happen when the detonator energizes? It explodes the explosive. Because of the explosion of the explosive, this prime component or flyer directly collides with the base component, and there will be the joining or fusion of these uh, base component and the collide material occurs there. The stand-up distance predetermines and unique to material combination achieved by placing shims between the plates. Shims designed to be consumed by the explosive wave and do not affect the weld. Using range between 0.5 to 2 times the thickness of cladder plate. Cladder must reach critical velocity before impact. The explosive material which we are going to use in this process will be the high, which should have high velocity. Frequency per second can be 14,750 to 25,000. Example can be a tritoluene, then cyclotrimethyl nitrate. Then in short I am reading here this pentacrythinol tetranitrate. Then some having the mild low velocity which is 4,900 feet per second. This ammonium nitrate, the ammonia percolate, then a metal. Then discussing about the application, it can weld a large area of the metal, can weld inside and outside the surface of pipes. The transmission joints can be made using this explosive joining process. Then common industrial applications that uses explosive welding are chemical processes, then petroleum refineries, then hydrometallurgical, then aluminium smelting, shipbuilding, electrochemicals, then oil and gas, then power generation, cryogenics processing, pulp and paper, then air conditioning and chiller, and metal productions. All these are the practical applications of explosive welding. Here are some drawings where you can see the application of this explosive joint. Here you can see explosion welding 12-inch diameter aluminium to a A106 grade B steel tubular transition joint. Now these are the finished phase of fabrication from explosive clad plate. Here also explosive joining or welding can be used. Then again these are the examples where 3-inch diameter AISS rings is to be welded. Then this is copper strandless 12-inch UHV assembly. The United States ammunition and quarters are presently a clad sandwich of copper inner core and silver colored nickel alloy. In this way you will get this cadle material like this. Then advantages here, it can join both similar and dissimilar metals. Simple in operation and handling. Large surface can be welded in a single pass. High metal joining rate. Mostly time is used in preparation of the welding. It does not affect on properties of welding of material. It is solid state process, so does not involve any filler material, flux, etc. Then discussing about its disadvantages are that it can be welded only ductile material with high toughness. It creates a large noise which produces noise pollution. Welding is highly dependent on process parameter. Higher safety precautions involved due to the explosives. Designs of joints are limited. Okay, so here is this topic is ends. Okay students, so here our topic chapter ends here. From the next lecture we will start our chapter number 3, and you know that name of our chapter number 3 is hybrid non-conventional machining techniques, where we are going to see the main process which is shortly called as STEM. Full form is shaped tube electrolytic machining. Electrojet machining is also important in chapter number 3. This chapter number 3 is also very important one, and we use it in the practical field also. So from the next section, see you in our chapter number. Here I am going to stop this lecture here.